Tonight, as you prepare to rest, I invite you to remember a sacred truth, that your imagination is not a fantasy, but the very creative force of the universe. What you impress upon your mind in those quiet, drifting moments before sleep holds the power to shape your waking world. The secret lies not in striving, but in surrendering your desire to the felt reality of it already being fulfilled. You do not beg the universe, you do not plead, you do not ask as one who is uncertain. You assume the end. You sink into it. As your body relaxes into stillness, allow your mind to rise in vision. See only what you would see if your wish were already granted. Hear what you would hear. Feel what you would feel. The key is the feeling. You must move beyond the words of the desire and live from the state of its fulfillment. This is not a doing, but a becoming. In the quiet of the night, you slip into the skin of the one who already has what they want. You do not ask, will it come? You do not say, I hope. You say, it is done. Your dream becomes the reality in which you now dwell. Your senses in imagination are more real than the senses of the outer world. That is the gateway to creation. You speak not to an outside force, but to the deeper self within, the one who knows no lack, no time, no impossibility. You commune with this self by embodying your desire in the silence. Just before sleep, when the walls between the conscious and the subconscious are thinnest, you plant the seed, and you do so by imagining the scene that would naturally follow the realization of your desire. Do not concern yourself with how it will unfold. That is not your role. Your work is to feel the scene so vividly, so naturally, that it becomes more than thought. It becomes experience. And once you have felt it real, you let go. You drift into sleep, not with longing, but with satisfaction. The satisfied mind is the fertile soil for the miracle. So when you lie down tonight, remember this power. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Occupy that state. Rest in it. Trust it. And know that as you sleep, the unseen forces are rearranging themselves to reflect your inner assumption. What you accept as true in that sacred space between waking and sleep, that is what you will call reality. And as you lie in that sacred stillness, let go of the world around you. Let go of the facts, the figures, the appearances that may seem to contradict your desire. Those are but shadows, echoes of old thoughts that no longer serve you. Do not be fooled by them. The outer world is a mirror, not a master. It reflects only what has been accepted within. So turn away from appearances and turn inward, where your true power lies. In this moment, just before sleep, you become the author of your reality. Your mind is open, soft, receptive, a divine womb ready to receive the seed of your imagination. Choose your thoughts with care, not from fear or lack, but from joy, from knowing. If you wish to be loved, then feel what it would be like to fall asleep in the arms of that love. If you wish for abundance, then feel the deep relief, the freedom, the gratitude of already having more than enough. Do not imagine the process, imagine the result. Do not imagine the journey, imagine the arrival. For your imagination does not concern itself with means, only with ends. The question is not whether it will work. The question is, will you persist in the assumption? For one moment of doubt can unravel what hours of faith have woven. But if you remain faithful to the vision, if you return to it night after night as one returns home, then the world must conform. The universe is compelled to reflect what you accept as true in your inner world. This is law, unbreakable and impersonal. It responds not to pleading, but to belief. So ask not by word, but by assuming. The assumption is the silent prayer that never goes unheard. Feel it real. That is your language to the universe. That is the signal, the frequency, the command. There is no force more magnetic than a heart that believes it already has what it desires. Such a heart draws the seen and unseen alike, arranging people, places, and events to bring forth the thing imagined. You must become the thing long before it appears. You must live in the feeling, not just touch it lightly, but dwell in it, marinate in it. Let it become so normal to you that anything else begins to feel strange. This is the secret. To be so at home in your vision that it no longer feels like fantasy, but like memory. Because it is a memory from the deeper part of you that already lives in the fulfillment. Tonight, as you close your eyes, step into the life you desire, not as a wishful dreamer, but as the one who already lives it. If you long for success, then feel the thrill of accomplishment. If you yearn for healing, then feel the vitality coursing through your body. If you want peace, then let it wash over you like a soft wave. You are not faking it, you are creating it. Your feeling is the first manifestation. The outer world is only the echo, the inner world is the cause. When you change your inner conversations, when you revise your memories, when you imagine boldly and lovingly, you are rewriting the script of your life. No matter what has happened, no matter how long you have waited, it is never too late to turn the tide. Creation is finished, all possibilities exist. You are simply selecting the one you desire by aligning with its frequency. And what is that frequency? It is the feeling of already being the person who has what you want. That is how you ask. You do not beg the universe, you commune with it by being it. You rise into that identity in thought, in sensation, in assumption. And once you claim it, even in silence, it becomes yours. There is no need to strain, there is no need to force. The power is in the ease, the naturalness of the assumption. If it feels like effort, you are still trying. But when it feels like surrender, when it feels like slipping into something that was always yours, then you are aligned. Let your desire feel like a familiar friend, not a distant fantasy. Let it be something you remember, not something you chase. Tonight, when you ask the universe, do it without words. Let the language be emotion. Let the conversation be sensation. Visualize the moment after the thing has happened, not the wish, but the fulfillment. Who are you in that moment? What do you see, hear, and feel? Let that vision be so rich, so textured, that it becomes more real to you than anything in the waking world. You may feel the temptation to doubt. That's natural. The old self will try to rise again and remind you of the facts, but you are not bound by facts. You are bound only by your assumptions. So when doubt arises, return gently to your vision. Do not fight the doubt. Replace it. Starve it by feeding your faith. Nourish the vision until it becomes your dwelling place. As you fall asleep, do not carry the burdens of the day. Do not rehearse your fears or replay your failures. That is asking the universe for more of what you do not want. Instead, revise the day, see it as you wished it had gone. Imagine the kind words spoken, the doors opened, the good news received. In doing so, you rewrite not only the past, but the future. You are the dreamer of the dream. But more than that, you are the creator of the dream. The dream responds to you, molds itself around your inner state. So when you ask the universe tonight, ask as one who knows, ask as one who receives. Ask not with longing, but with gratitude. And let that gratitude be your pillow. Let it carry you into sleep with the sweetness of fulfillment. And if you wake in the night, do not return to worry. Return to the vision. Let it be your lullaby. Whisper to yourself, it is done. Because it is. The moment you accept it within, it is planted. And though you may not see it immediately, it is growing. Trust the process. Trust the seed. Trust the unseen. Do not measure with the outer eye. The eyes of flesh will deceive you. Look instead with the eyes of imagination. They see deeper, clearer, truer. And they always see in alignment with what you choose to believe. So choose wisely, lovingly. Believe the best. This is how you ask the universe. Not by knocking on a door hoping someone will hear you, but by walking through the door as if it were already open. You act from the state, not toward it. You be before you see. That is the divine paradox. You become the receiver by believing you already have. Let tonight be a sacred ritual. Not just another night of sleep, but a holy communion with the source of all creation. As you rest, you create. As you sleep, you instruct. And what you instruct with feeling, with faith, will return to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You are never asking in vain. You are always heard, because the one you ask is not separate from you, it is you, in your highest form. So fall asleep, not as one who wakes, but as one who knows, not as one who hopes, but as one who lives in the certainty of the unseen. And when you wake, carry that feeling with you. Let it color your day. Let it guide your steps. Let it remind you of who you truly are, a creator, a chooser, a dreamer who dreams awake. And when doubt knocks again, as it will, return again, return to the vision, return to the silence, return to the state. That is your sanctuary, your power, your birthplace of miracles. The more you live there, the more the world will shift to meet you. The universe does not resist your desire, it reflects your belief. So believe well. Now, as sleep gently embraces you, breathe deeply. Inhale the reality of your desire fulfilled. Exhale every story that says it isn't so. And as you drift, let your final thought be not of lack, but of love. Not of waiting, but of wonder. Not of trying, but of knowing. And as you drift deeper into the embrace of sleep, feel yourself relaxing not only your body, but your identity. The version of you that felt unworthy, that doubted, that waited endlessly, that version is melting away. In its place rises a new self, the one who knows that all things are possible, that the universe is already conspiring in their favor. There is nothing you must earn. There is no proving required. The asking is in the being. The receiving is in the resting. When you say, I am, you do not speak idle words. You speak from the source of all creation. I am is the beginning of everything that follows, the doorway through which desire steps into form. So tonight, as you lie still, choose your I am wisely. Let it be rooted in fulfillment. Let it rise from love. Say within yourself, I am wealthy. I am loved. I am free, not as affirmations of what already is in the eternal now. This present moment is your point of power. The future is only the unfolding of the state you dwell in now. The world bends itself to that state, not the other way around. So you do not wait for the world to show you evidence. You become the evidence. You live even in silence as if it were already done, because in the unseen it is. Feel the weight of having it. Feel the ease, the comfort, the relaxation that comes when you no longer need to chase. It is yours. There is nothing more to do but be. This is not about intensity, it is about alignment. You are aligning with the version of yourself that already has what you seek. That version does not try, that version simply knows. And in that knowing, the bridge of events begins to form. You will not see it all at once. That is not your task. Your task is to hold the state, to return to it when shaken, to trust it more than appearances. Life will rearrange itself around your dominant assumption. You are not subject to fate. You are subject to faith. What you accept as true becomes the law of your world. So rest tonight in that acceptance. There is no desire placed in your heart that is not already yours in spirit. The moment you desire a thing, the way to it is made, not by force, but by assumption. You become a magnet, a lighthouse, a signal, calling forth what matches your internal frequency. And you adjust that frequency, not by effort, but by feeling. So let the feeling rise within you now. Let it soak into your skin, your bones, your breath. Feel the joy of it, the wholeness, the peace. Imagine a scene that implies it is done. Not a scene where you're still wanting, still hoping, but a scene that can only exist if the desire has already been fulfilled. That is your scene. That is your answer. That is your prayer. And when you find that scene, when it feels real, natural, inevitable, repeat it. Loop it gently in your mind like a lullaby. Let it be the last thing you think of before sleep takes you. Let it carry you across the threshold between the conscious and the subconscious. For once the subconscious accepts it, it will express it. It may come through unexpected means. It may appear suddenly or subtly, but it will come. because you have spoken in the language it understands, the language of feeling, of belief, of knowing. The universe does not respond to desperation, it responds to certainty. It mirrors the posture of your heart. So tonight, do not wait for signs. Be the sign. Do not ask when. Rest in the now. The now is the womb of eternity, and in it all things are born. The future is but the echo of this present state. Change the state, and the future must shift to match. It is law. If you want something to be different tomorrow, you must feel different tonight. You must occupy the new self, the one who already has it, lives it, knows it. You are not becoming that person, you are revealing that person. They already exist in you, waiting for you to recognize them, and you do that by assuming their identity, not later, but now. This is the sacred art of asking. It is not done with noise, but with silence, not with effort, but with ease, not with waiting, but with embodying. You ask by being, you receive by remaining. Let the world fall away, let the doubts dissolve, let the vision rise. You will know it's working, not by what you see, but by how you feel. A calm confidence, a gentle knowing, a subtle joy, these are the signs. When the desire no longer feels far, when it no longer feels like a wish, but like a memory, you are there. And from that state, the world will take shape around you. What once seemed impossible will become natural. What once felt far away will feel close. People, ideas, opportunities, they will flow to you, not because you chased them, but because you aligned with them. The outer is drawn to the inner. The outer bends to the inner. You are the cause. Everything else is effect. So continue now, lying in the warmth of this truth. Continue to feel as though it is done. If your mind wanders, bring it back gently. No judgment, no frustration, just return. Return to the feeling, return to the scene, return to the state. This is your holy work. This is your night prayer. Not words, but embodiment. You are not asking a distant force to grant your desire. You are activating the infinite within. You are claiming what has always been yours. Your imagination is not idle, it is divine. It is the creative power of the universe expressing itself as you. And when you use it with faith, with feeling, with focus, mountains move. Even now, as you lie still, things are changing. The unseen is working on your behalf. The pattern is shifting, the path is clearing. All because you dared to feel it real. All because you entered the state of the wish fulfilled and made it your dwelling place. There is no greater act of creation than this. You do not need to worry. You do not need to watch the clock. Creation is finished. You are simply selecting your portion. And once selected, it must be delivered. It may come wrapped in mystery. It may come by way of delay. But come it will if you do not waver. You are not at the mercy of the world. You are the author of it. Your beliefs, your assumptions, your inner states, these are the pen and ink. Use them wisely. Use them lovingly. For what you imagine tonight will echo through time. So lie still. Breathe deeply. Let every breath carry you further into your new self. Let every beat of your heart anchor the truth that it is done. And should you wake tomorrow to the same world, do not be dismayed. The seed takes time to grow. But the moment you planted it, it began. Trust that. Trust yourself. And if the world challenges your assumption, do not argue with it. Do not plead or panic. Return to your state. That is where your power is. The world must catch up to it, but it cannot resist it. The inner state always wins, always. So tonight, ask not by questioning, but by declaring. Declare silently that it is done. Let your soul rejoice, let your heart rest, and let sleep carry you deeper into the world you have chosen, the world that already exists in you, the world that now begins to move toward you, because you dared to live in the end. And as your body falls deeper into slumber, know this: your work is done. You have asked, you have felt, you have assumed, and now you receive. In dreams, in signs, in whispers, in miracles. Let the old self sleep. Let the new self rise. Let the fulfillment begin. There is nothing more for you to chase. In this moment, your only work is to rest in the awareness of fulfillment. You are not practicing wishful thinking. You are partaking in divine remembering. You are recalling who you are before the world taught you limitation. You are tuning in to the version of yourself that lacks nothing, the version that knows deeply, effortlessly, that what is desired is already done. And as you recline in that knowing, your very vibration becomes a silent magnet to all that matches it. This is not magic, this is law, silent, impartial, unfailing law. It responds to your inner conviction, not your outer effort. It echoes back to you not what you say in passing, but what you assume in being. So what you bring to sleep each night becomes the blueprint of your tomorrows. If you carry fear, fear is built. If you carry lack, lack is carved. But if you carry love, if you carry joy, if you carry the sweet ease of the answered prayer, then that is what shall rise before you. You have asked, and asking is done through feeling. The moment you align with the version of you who already has, already is, already knows, you have made your request. There is no need to repeat it over and over in desperation. That is not trust. That is anxiety wearing the mask of intention. Let your desire breathe. Let your imagination do its sacred work. Trust that the inner movement you made tonight will ripple through the field of consciousness and bring to you what you have already lived within. It does not matter if you have tried before. It does not matter how many days you have waited or how long you've been told no. Those are old echoes. They belong to the former self, the one you are now letting go of. You are not who you were. You are who you assume yourself to be in this holy moment before sleep. And the beauty of this gift is that no one can do it for you, and no one can take it from you. You are the author, the speaker, the director of this inner script. And once the scene is set, the cast and the setting and the dialogue will follow in your waking world. You do not go to the universe as a beggar. You go as one with the authority of being. You are not trying to become something. You are revealing what is already within you. Every desire is a seed already encoded with the fruit. You are not making it happen. You are allowing it to unfold by stepping into the feeling of it being so. And as you sleep in that feeling, the subconscious accepts it as law. The subconscious is the soil. It does not choose what is planted. It only brings forth what is given to it with belief. And tonight, as you plant the image, the emotion, the knowing of your fulfilled desire, you are handing the seed to that sacred ground. You do not need to check on it in the night. You do not need to ask again in the morning. You simply need to know that the work is done and the harvest is inevitable. What you imagine consistently with emotion and certainty will come to pass. It does not come through striving or stress. It comes through alignment, through allowing, through acceptance. The more natural it feels to you, the more effortlessly it flows to you. So let it feel natural. Let it feel as ordinary as breathing, as sleeping, as waking. Let the state of the wish fulfilled become your new normal. And should the world still look the same tomorrow, smile anyway, because your reality begins not with what you see, but with what you believe. And belief, true belief, is blind to delay.